undefined because a to the negative n is defined only for a non-zero number. If it's 0, that means it's 1 over 0 to the 7th, and we cannot divide by 0. Okay, we cannot divide by 0 ever. So 1 over 0 to the 7th will not work. So that's why it is undefined. So now, properties of exponents. Let a and b be real numbers. Let m and n be integers. A to the m times a to the n, a to the m plus n, product of powers. We're summarizing the last couple lessons here. A to the m to the n is a to the m times n, which is a power of a power. AB to the m is the same as a to the m times b to the m. That is a power of a product. A to the m over a to the n is a to the m minus n. That is a quotient of powers. A over b to the m is the same as a to the m over b to the m, and that is a power of a quotient. Okay, so example 2. Evaluate the expression negative 5 to the 4th times negative 5 to the negative 4th. So first we're going to use product property, product of powers property. So we have negative 5 to the 4th times negative 5 to the negative 4th. So we're going to add our exponents. So 4 plus negative 4. So we add our exponents and we get negative 5 to the 0th power. Now we have definition of a 0 exponent. Anything to the 0th power is 1. So our answer for that one is 1. Okay, here we have a power to a power, so we're going to use the power of a power property. And so we're going to multiply our exponents. So negative 2 times negative 2. So we multiply our exponents. And we get 5 to the 4th, which is 625. Now, 1 over 4 to the negative 2. We're going to use the definition of negative exponents and say that this is the same as 4 squared, because we take the negative away and move it to the numerator. So our fraction goes away and we just have 4 squared, which is 16. Here we have 3 squared over 3 to the negative 1. So we have a quotient of powers. So we're going to subtract our exponents. So 2 minus negative 1. This changes to a plus. So we get 2 plus 1, which is 3. So we subtracted our exponents. 3 to the third is 27. Okay, now you have a checkpoint, so go ahead and pause your video and do those. Now, example 3. Simplify the expression 2w to the negative 3x all over the quantity 2wx, quantity squared. So, we have definition of negative exponents. The only negative exponent I see is this one. So, we are going to move that to the bottom of our fraction. So the only thing that's left in the numerator is 2 and x. So we have 2x. Then our w cubed moves down there along with our 2wx squared. Okay, now I have a power of a product. Because I have all these things multiplied together inside the parentheses. So my 2x and my w cubed stay the same. My squared goes to each part here. So 2 squared w squared x squared. So now product of powers So I have w to the third and w squared here. So I have w to the fifth when I add those together. And then I have a quotient of powers. Okay, so 2 to the first over 2 squared. I subtract my exponents. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So my 2 is going to go down here. Because I have 1, 2, and it's a negative 1 as my exponent, so it goes in the bottom. Now I have an x up here, and I have x squared down here. Again, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. My w's stay down here. And I'm left with 1x down here. And a 1 in my numerator. And that is my final answer. Okay, you have a couple more checkpoints here. So pause your video and complete those.